Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another video. First things first, guys, make sure you smash a like and make sure you subscribe if you're new around here. We are 300 away from 5K subscribers, and there's a giveaway at 5K for a Chelsea training top like the one that I am wearing. So please do smash that subscribe button. The quicker we get there, the quicker you've got your chance of getting your hands on one of these tops. But let's dive straight into today's video. And people, I'll be honest, this is a tough one to make. Chelsea have fumbled the Moises Caicedo transfer. Liverpool have agreed a British record £110 million with Brighton for the 21-year-old Ecuadorian midfielder. Not Moises Caicedo, David Ornstein breaking the news at 1:30 a.m. this morning. Liverpool have reached an agreement with Brighton to sign Moises Caicedo for British record £110 million. Brighton held an auction using a midnight deadline. Liverpool, the highest bidder. Chelsea did pay £100 million, personal terms of formality, and a medical is planned for Friday in Liverpool. And I'll be real, guys, this news is absolutely sickening. I feel sick reading that out. I feel sick having woken up to that news. We spent 3 months negotiating for this guy. Not 1 month, not 2 months, 3 solid months negotiating for Caicedo, only for Liverpool to come in and bid £110 million and seemingly get a deal done in a matter of days. It is absolutely unforgivable in my mind. What on earth have we been doing? What have we been doing? It really doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. Chelsea, we spent millions this summer on youngsters, and then we're sending them out on loan. And whilst the most vital player we needed for this season in Moises Caicedo, we refused to pay seemingly an extra £10 million when already offering £100 million. Liverpool, on the other hand, have paid what was needed, and looks like they're going to get the job done at this point in time. It is an absolute disgrace from these directors. We spent 3 months negotiating. We insisted that we thought we could get a deal done for under £100 million. Brighton have maintained all along the asking price, £100 million or more, and we simply haven't done it. And do you know what the funniest thing is as well? That having insisted we're not going to do it for more than £100 million, or we're not going to bid more than 80, we still end up going to bid £100 million anyway on Brighton's terms, and it took Liverpool to bid 110 for us to even put our fingers out of our fucking arses. Like, what? I just cannot believe this. I cannot believe that we have managed to fumble a transfer this badly. It is humiliation and embarrassment of the highest level, and there's no way that Chelsea can try and put any sort of positive spin on the outcome of this saga. They simply can't. It is literally impossible for any positive spin to come out of this. This was our number one target. You know, we spent months negotiating for him, spent months chasing him. We knew back in January that we wanted this guy. We had Paul Winstanley, the fucking director that was instrumental in bringing Caicedo from South America to Brighton. He knows Caicedo, he knows his family, and yet we still couldn't agree a deal. What a complete waste of 3 months, a complete and utter waste of time. You know, this is a time where we could have been looking to sign other midfield players, and now, because of our monumental time wasting and pathetic negotiating skills in this saga, it now means whoever comes in the midfield as the alternative options, A, is nowhere near the level of Caicedo to start with, and B, because of our pissing about, the next midfield signing is going to have had no pre-season at the club whatsoever. I'm just an absolute loss here, and there has to be some sort of accountability held for the directors here. People are going to come for the owners, but maybe Bowley and Egbali should have been more involved. Maybe they were. I don't really know. But this is on Winstanley. This is on Stewart. You spend months and months negotiating, and you do not come away with what you came for. And I don't know what Chelsea are trying to prove here by potentially, trying to stick to their guns. If we want to stick to our guns, we should have left this Caicedo saga absolutely months ago. We knew it was £100 million. If you were not set on paying £100 million, don't spend 3 months trying to negotiate Brighton down. We know Brighton weren't budging on their asking price. So why have we decided that we think they can do that, or we think we can convince them to do it? And there's no... I don't understand how we're getting any spin on this being a great victory for Chelsea by not paying this money for Caicedo. This is a player we've clearly spent all summer chasing, and we've made him a priority signing. And people are acting like Chelsea doing it would be would break everything, you know, acting like we've never spent silly money before. We've spent silly money on players for years and years and years. There's very little to gain by sort of acting all morally superior in the market right now. Arsenal and Liverpool both gone over £100 million for players they wanted. The market's broken, essentially. We know it is. It's ridiculous. Unless all big clubs stop spending, you get left behind. And we are getting left behind in this situation. It's an absolute shambles. It is an absolute shambles. And I'm absolutely fuming about this. You know, Caicedo is worth the fee. He's an unbelievable midfield player. He's there. There's no need to sell. There's no transition needed. And at the end of the day, what's £110 million for the perfect player for your system? If you're going to £100 million, what difference does the fucking extra £10 million make? You're already paying ridiculous money. Why stop short at 100? Why not just match the bid? You know that £110 million is going to get the player. You know that. And we know that Caicedo has been in Brighton for the last in London for the last 5 days, waiting for us to do something, waiting for us to sort of move. And we couldn't get our shit together. It is absolute ineptitude at the highest level. It is pathetic from Chelsea, operating like a Sunday league team in the transfer market for this particular deal. It is a disgrace, and there is no positives to come out of this deal whatsoever. It's humiliating. It is absolutely humiliating for us. I just cannot get my head around how we have fumbled this. You know, we knew this, as I've been saying, guys. We knew this back in June that Brighton told Chelsea it's £100 million, not 75, not 80, not 90, whatever. Chelsea, we thought we could get him for less than £100 million. Imagine the audacity of thinking that we could get this player for less than £100 million when all along that has been the number. All along, we knew that. We probably would have found that out in the first couple of days of negotiations, that it's £100 million. If you want the player, then you get him. Brighton have had our pants down, and they have played an absolute blinder here. £110 million for a player they signed 2 years ago for 4.4 million. And fair play to them. They've had us silly. But Liverpool just got in and got the job done. And sometimes, you know, what's value in the market these days? And at the end of the day, with a perfect player for your system, £110 million, people are soon going to forget about that price tag. They soon forget about that, you know. So we should have just paid the money. Why did we not pay the money? What on earth have we been doing for months on end? What have we been saying in these conversations? I just cannot get my head around it. I just feel sick, guys. I feel absolutely sick at what's happened here. I just don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I just can't get it. I mean, imagine Caicedo is going to be announced by Liverpool before we play them on Sunday. What fucking wonderful preparation for Poch and the players. It's embarrassing from us. There's no excuses anymore. 3 months to not get the player is 100% unacceptable. And let me just say this as well. Like, am I disappointed with Romeo Lavia and Tyler Adams? Not necessarily. It's not. If we end up with that, that's not what I have an issue with. The massive thing I've got an issue with is this journey that's led us to the destination that we're looking likely to get to. If we just had conviction from the start and just went and bought Lavia and Adams at the beginning of the window, like we could have done, we knew about that Adams release clause was in there for time. Could have just gone and got that done early doors. We knew the asking price for Lavia, should have just gone and got that done early doors as well. I rate both those players, but that is not what has happened here, guys. We've made it so clear, crystal clear, Caicedo was our number one choice. We waited and waited and waited and waited to try and get a deal on our terms. And instead, we ended up bidding 100% on Brighton's terms, and we still didn't get the player. We either should have had our principles and drawn a line in the sand right at the start on this Caicedo thing ages ago. Or we should have made sure weeks ago, when we knew it was going to take 100 million plus, that we got him no matter what we did. And it is an absolute chronic case of mismanagement from the club on this front. I'm sorry, it is absolutely unforgivable to spend 3 months chasing a player, our prime target. There's no one else like him on the market. I've always maintained we had to get Declan Rice or Moises Caicedo to transform this midfield. We're looking likely to end up with neither of those players. And anyone else that comes in now is not of the level of Caicedo. And we're putting ourselves on the back foot. I maintain that not missing out on Caicedo is a difference between getting back into the Champions League this season and not getting into the Champions League. Guys, I'm raging. I just cannot believe this. What a complete and utter shambles from Chelsea Football Club. What a complete and utter shambles. But you know, what are Chelsea going to go and do now, guys? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Are we going to go and get Romeo Lavia? What happens from here? Are we going to try and go in with one last bid to match the Liverpool bid? We know that Caicedo was set on Chelsea. What are we going to do? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. How do you feel about this? But heads need to roll. There has to be accountability here. There has to be. But it's impressive work from Brighton again. They were determined to get at least as much as West Ham did for Rice. They held out until the middle of August pretty much, and they've secured a British record fee. There's a lot of profit to be made on the panic of bigger clubs, and that's exactly what has happened here. But what did Chelsea go and do now? You know, what are we going to go and do now, guys? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Who are we going to go for now? How do you feel about what's happened with this Caicedo saga? Big up for tuning in, guys. Absolute shambles from the club. But yeah, smash a like. Make sure you subscribe. Quicker we get to 5K, quicker the training top giveaway will take place. I'll catch you again in another video soon, guys. Take care. Up the Chelsea and peace out.